Ah, the misandry. The misandry. Every 304 with a little bit of therapy speak and a degree in museum studies. All know about misogynist. What's it? Misogyny. I'm saying it on purpose. I'm saying it wrong on purpose, right? And they know all this stuff, but they don't know. If you told them, "Do you know what misandry is?" They'll be like, "What's that?" Oh man! So somebody says mentally unhinged Anna Navarro proclaims that men are useless, but adds that she would die without gay men because they keep her from inflicting self harm. Okay, let's take a listen. It looks like this is on a syndicated talk show. This is why I saved this video, but let's take a listen to what she has to say. I haven't heard anything.
So there's this clip going viral online of a dozen women being asked the following question: do we need men? Most answered very quickly, no. And only one said she thought women needed a man in their lives, only one. But when men were asked a similar question, do we need women? Most of them said yes.
Oh, I think they're talking about that. Remember the video? I don't know if I ever did an actual video on it, but it was a video of these college aged uh men and women at a party, and they were literally asking every woman, "Do you need a man? Do we need men?" And they were like, "No, no, no." And basically, every other dude they asked, most of the dudes were saying when they asked the opposite, "Do we need women?" They said yes. I think I did. I think I did a video on that, but it was on a live stream, and I never clipped it.
So why do you think that is?
Because men are useless. I
mean, now let's imagine an entire panel of men sitting around saying, because women are useless, and the entire audience laughing. How do you think that would go? Anytime it happens on social media, there are thousands of comments from women being so angry and infuriated at it, and rightfully so. But why is it that women can hate on men and call men useless all day, every day, and nothing's done about it? People just laugh about it. I know, right? They're fucking useless.
Now, but then here's the thing. Then we're gonna literally see these, especially in the future. They don't like, the normies. They don't get it. The normies, particularly in these big cities that these normies like to live in, they're gonna definitely pay. They're definitely gonna pay for it. Unfortunately, especially the normies in the cities, they don't understand the work that the average man does. They have no idea, and these will be the same women talking about where are the real men, and then at the another end talk about men are useless and blah blah blah. Now, when we talk about ladies talk, when you hear particularly a very misandrous speaking woman when she's talking about men are useless and blah blah blah, I'm gonna start calling these bitches Hannah Baker type bitches. These are the Hannah Baker bitches. This is what we are surrounded with. You got these bitches that all they dated in their life is drug dealers, criminals, and jocks. That's all they look for. I'm talking about they don't consider nothing else. And when that obviously doesn't work because they thought high school was High School Musical, they thought they could just go straight to the to the whoever the high athlete, the most popular athletes are, and just go for them. And when she got played, like she usually does, because she was mid or she was chubby, right? You know what I'm saying? When she got played, or when none of them asked them to the prom or anything, because they didn't mind smashing her, but they just didn't want to hold them up in the air to show to the world, they end up hating men. Now, what's interesting is this is the interesting part, because you would think the people that hate the men the most, or that are coming out in terms of hatred against men, you would think it would be somebody that had Oprah's backstory. Meaning, when you look at Oprah's backstory, she was unfortunately molested. Younger, she was abused. You would think it would be women with those backstories that scream. No, when I've really been studying these 304s, it's not those where I actually would give them a pass. I'm telling you, I'll be giving 304s a pass, because sometimes a lot of them I'll be knowing their stories, and I'd be like, oh, their single mother set them up to fail because you had all these boyfriends around. Unfortunately, something happened with the stepfather in them, and then now all of a sudden she's already promiscuous at a young age. A lot of 304s go through that, but the ones that be the loudest about their open misandry is these Hannah Baker bitches, these Janae Aiko type bitches. All they do is date drug dealers and criminals, jocks, and That's I'm talking about. That's all they go for. It clearly doesn't work out. Now all of a sudden, I'm spiritual. I don't need men, and men are useless. All this stuff. Those be the ones that be the loudest about their misandry.
What's really sad about this is that any person with even an ounce of compassion or understanding knows that both men and women need each other. Together, we make the world go round. And another sad part about this is I can imagine that every single woman who loves their father, who loves their husband, and who's happy and loves their son would take an issue with this. The amount of women on my post alone that comment and say how happy they are with their man or how devastated they are when they lost their husband speaks volumes to it. Maybe it's just my opinion, but all of this "I hate men are useless" rhetoric is just complete garbage. And the irony of all this is that all the women on that View show are useless themselves.
So
Facts. Also, that is The View. Yeah, the show The View in and of itself. That talk about a waste of syndication, a waste of space. I mean, that show The View. I mean, you be wondering why they be putting anything. That's just one of the. Oh my damn! They just gonna let this show always be there. And but I guess I don't know ratings wise. I don't know how it does ratings wise. But I don't. Oh man.
there's this clip going viral online of a dozen women being asked the following question: do we need men?
I'm gonna show you the woman that said, "Oh, men are useless." I gotta show you the woman. I gotta show because I already know her backstory. No, I'm talking about nothing serious happened to that one. I'm telling you, because you be the ones like you would think it'd be the ones that something crazy happened to them when they were a kid. No, it'd be these it'd be these fat 304s. Well, I'm not gonna say she was a 304, but she was chubby. Look, I'm gonna show her. I'm gonna show her.
Most answered very quickly, no. And only one said she thought women needed a man in their lives, only one. But when men were asked a similar question, do we need women? Most of them said yes. So why do you think that is?
Because men are useless.
So men are useless. She says because men are useless. So I'm looking at her. Now, she doesn't look chubby here, but I could tell when she was in high school or college. We're going to have to do some research here. We're going to have to start being cold-blooded. Anna Navarro. Yep, it's exactly what I thought. Oh, shit. Oh, Lord. Oh, Lord. Here we go. Anna Navarro Cardenas. Oh, Lord. Did she go? So she grew up. Did she grow up in Nicaragua? Man, I didn't even know because I was just looking at her. I'm like, oh, I can tell she doesn't look too big now on TV, but I can tell that she had a weight problem when she was growing up. And the first thing that pops up, how much weight has Navarro lost? Hey, yo, man. Hey, I'm telling you, it'd be these that didn't really get chose in high school or college, or she was getting pumped and dumped. Because they'll mess with a chubby chick, but they won't hold her up in the air. This is a Hannah Baker type dish. Let's do Anna Navarro. Let's see. Yeah, she had a. You could tell this is a woman that was dealing with a serious weight problem most of her life, and this is why she this is why she thinks the way she does. Okay, let's look at her Wikipedia. Oh, so apparently she's a conservative. These be the conservative feminists I be talking about. These be the conservative feminists I be talking about. So somebody says she describes herself as a centrist, a convenient feminist, meaning that's what she means. She's a convenient feminist. Oh man. Oh man. Yeah, she won't say it, but she is a feminist. She married lawyer and lobbyist Al Cardenas on March 2nd, 2019. Anyway, somebody got a let me see. Okay. Oh, so she grew up in a political family. Okay. So right here. So for high school, they said she attended the Carrollton School of the Sacred Heart, a private Catholic college prep school for girls in Miami. but then went to the University of Miami for her collegiate studies. Yeah. Yeah, she was meant to be she was meant to be a feminist. But I already know what happened to her in college. So maybe she might not be a completely Hannah Baker type bitch, but I wish I could show you the video. But yeah, the video it was like all these college kids. It was college girls, and they had asked all the college girls, do you need men? And damn near all of them said no. And they asked the men, do you need women? And they all said yes. And after all of that, here she is saying that men are useless.
Now let's imagine an entire.
Interesting, though. Interesting. Let's see some of the comments. Yeah, that's true. If a man came up there saying that women are useless, it would be a problem. I'm talking about, I remember watching the Star Report, and Aaron said something that was true, but was reckless as hell. Meaning, I knew the normies. I'm talking about even the so-called women that are quote unquote objective and are pro men's issues. When Aaron said Aaron said something that I'm not. Actually, I don't even think I should repeat it. I don't even think I should repeat it. But what he said was facts about the dynamics between a man and a woman. I'm not even gonna say what he said, but it was facts. And women came through on the line talking crazy, but it was almost like they were scared. Meaning they were scared because Aaron was right. But that's something that he really poked at the insecurity of the average broad. So I don't even want to repeat it. But when you start talking the truths about what it really is and what it should be between men and women, then men start getting bricks thrown at them for telling the truth. Just men walking away sends women into fury. Like, let's take the incels, for example. They want these incels, right? The persecuted. Here you are persecuting a group that is not even part of the game. That just shows, but they still live rent-free in women's heads. That shows you the power of men walking away. This is why they heavily stigmatize, oh, you're a deadbeat. You're a deadbeat. If you're a deadbeat, you're not a real man. Why do you think they're always hinging on you're a deadbeat? You're a deadbeat. Because a man's greatest power is walking away. I'm talking about, it's so much so, like now they're trying to have, when it comes to the monks, did you see like that news clip a while back in somewhere in Asia? Now they're trying to have women amongst the monk ranks. I'm like, these are supposed to be a group of men that are just by themselves, and they still want to invade these spaces. Oh man. He said, when you have daddy issues but are midlife. But I'm looking at this girl. She's a gordita. And I can tell she's had weight problems her whole life, so she's gonna have dating problems her whole life. This is why I be calling these bitches the Hannah Baker type bitches, right? When you look at the story of Hannah Baker from 13 Reasons Why, I'm like, you already know, if you saw somebody like that in real life, you already knew that's gonna be a disaster. Imagine you have a chubby white bitch. That's what Hannah Baker's supposed to represent. Right? Because remember, in the show, they had voted her. They said she had the best ass, right? So amongst the perverted men. So that already shows you how most of the men are looking at her as, oh, she's a thick girl. So a thick white girl goes to a highly touted private, it's not a private high school, but it's one of those public high schools that is really high touted, full of many wealthy families. So it's a highly touted public high school in the suburbs. Thick white girl goes in, Chad hunting. She's going straight for the Chads. All the football, only the football players. What do you think is going to happen to her? I mean, what do you expect? What is the result that you already know is going? She's going to get played out. You know she's going to get her cheeks clapped, but it ain't going to be nothing more than that. And that's exactly what happened. When you look at all of her dating choices, it was Chad or bust. Chad or bust. And if not Chad, the next popular person. That's all she went for, Chad or bust. And then when that didn't work, then she went for the borderline gay ninja who ended up being a gay person, Alex. And if not Alex, then she tried a girl. And she got exposed for that. Then she went right back. She's like, oh, I can't do regular anymore. Let me go for back to the Chads. and ends up getting violated by a Chad. She put herself in that position where she could have literally saved herself all the issues if she had just went with the guy that liked her the most, which was Clay, who obviously physically wasn't there yet, but he wasn't a Chad. He was just a regular dude. But women like that, like it's Chad or bust. They're not even trying to give regular dudes, I like to say, regular dudes a shot. It's Chad or bust. And when that doesn't work out, then all of a sudden she wants to make tapes and shit before she wants to self-delete herself. I mean, she should have just do herself a favor and not even existed in the first place, because all she did was cause turmoil. Look, if that was me, I'd have been like, man, good riddance. I was like, but when it came to Hannah Baker in that story, I was like, well, good riddance. I mean, what did she prove? She did nothing. All she did was complicate everybody else's life because she couldn't take that L. Cold-blooded, but I've been watching people, man, and when we look at people's actions and what they've been doing, it's I'll be like, a lot of you guys are not victims. Like Corey Holcomb said, one of the realest things that Corey Holcomb's ever said. He said a lot of you single moms are not the victims that you claim out to be. He said a lot of you guys were participants in a game and lost. And because they lost, now they want to come out here and say all men are terrible and all men are. Nah, don't do that. You went Chad hunting and you lost. Period. Take that L and move on.